Portugal is trying to move on from years of severe austerity to become a destination for investment and innovation. In fact, Lisbon fought hard to host the Web Summit. It's one of Europe's major new technology events. But how will the election of Donald Trump to the White House impact this country and a fragile Europe? To discuss this, I'm with Portuguese Prime Minister António Costa for this edition of The Global Conversation. Let's begin with the US elections and the arrival of Donald Trump in the White House. Was that the result you were looking for?
The choice of the President of the United States is up to the US voters. Obviously, a lot of people, including me, were surprised. Let's hope the United States will honor its commitments under the Transatlantic Alliance with Europe and its responsibilities within the framework of the United Nations. But I believe the key message we have to try and understand is how was this result possible? That is the big question. It's a question about Brexit, according to several polls in different European countries. So
how was it possible?
I
think that, frankly, there has been a disconnect between the dominant political framework and ordinary people who feel afraid. We have to catch up and get closer to the real political issues affecting citizens. Obviously, globalisation is irreversible, and it's something the entire world economy benefits from, as well as the development of several countries.
C'est un gain pour l'ensemble de l'économie mondiale, c'est un gain pour le développement de plusieurs pays, de la Chine, en Inde. Mais c'est aussi une menace.
It's also seen as a threat to many people. We should have reassured them, but we did not.
Et ça, on n'a pas fait.
You say that globalisation is a reality now, but Donald Trump challenged it during his campaign, advocating a protectionist, isolationist stance. How would this impact Europe?
We have also had protectionist reactions in Europe. When we see countries in the Schengen zone closing their borders to keep out refugees, when we see the United Kingdom leaving the European Union, when we see Trump's victory, we realize how strong reactions against globalization can be.
Is this bad news for Europe?
No, this is bad news for the world and also for Europe. What we must understand is that globalization needs to be regulated, and that is one of the great failures of the European Union.
We'll be coming back to the issue of the European Union, but let's stay with Donald Trump. What do you think of his policies so far?
Well, his policies are not my policies, not only on economic issues, but also in respect of values. But among democratic countries, we have to respect everybody's choice. So we have to respect the choice that Americans have made for their president.
Que les Américains ont fait de son président.
And we'll be dipping in and out of the US elections throughout our conversation, but we're in Lisbon at the Web Summit.
Fortunately.
So let's talk about it. This summit comes at a difficult time for the Portuguese economy. Some can see a new economic strengthening, but the economy has been struggling. Why was it so important to you to hold the Web Summit here in Lisbon?
On est dans un point de virage de notre situation.
We are at a turning point. We completed the adjustment program with the Troika. This year, we will achieve a deficit of below 3% for the first time. So we will leave the excessive deficit procedure.
The economic recovery must be supported with innovation. Startups represent the path we took to mobilize this generation of Portuguese, the most qualified generation yet, which during the years of the crisis was hit by emigration.
C'est la génération la plus qualifiée qu'on a déjà formée, qui pendant ces années de crise ont revenu sur l'immigration.
They left the country.
Il nous faut faire revenir.
We have to bring back these people, and more importantly, we need to keep the people who are here, studying in universities and polytechnics, and take advantages of the skills their generation has to offer.
La qualité, le savoir-faire de cette génération.
Was austerity necessary? Was it the right policy for that time?
I think the austerity was a mistake. We have moved on. We have turned the page, and we are looking towards the future.
You say that you've moved on, but given the global uncertainty, some are talking about the possibility of a second bailout.
No, but there is no reason for that. First of all, we will have the best deficit in 42 years, one of the best in the European Union.
Depuis 42 ans, bien, on aura un déficit, un des meilleurs déficits de l'Union européenne.
But a weak growth.
Oui, c'est vrai.
Yes, that's true. But weak in a European context where all growth is weak.
We
have reduced unemployment. It has been reduced by 2 points this year. Our exports increased by 6%, and our exports to the European Union rose by 7.6%.
Will you step down if you don't find that growth?
This is not a question to pose at this time. We have a stable parliamentary majority, a very good relationship with the President of the Republic, a very good relationship with the social partners. All economic indicators tell us that confidence levels have been increasing throughout this year. The wages of civil servants, which were cut by 30% over 5 years, were reinstated. We have reduced taxes on wages, both private and public.
On a réussi à faire une réduction des taxes sur les salaires du privé et du public.
But not everyone agrees with what you do.
But that's normal, isn't it?
Within Europe, I'm thinking of Wolfgang Schäuble, the German finance minister. The president of your party called him a pyromaniac because he apparently wants to set your country ablaze.
Bien, c'est vrai. Malheureusement,
although it is true, unfortunately, Minister Schäuble has a hostile attitude to our government based on ignorance of the reality of the Portuguese economy. I often say that I'm very interested in the Germans, especially the Germans who are interested in Portugal. The Germans who know Portugal well, have confidence in Portugal and invest in it. The most productive Volkswagen factory in Europe is located in Portugal. Volkswagen has decided to launch a new model next year that will be produced in its factory in Portugal. Bosch have opened 2 new industrial plants in Portugal. Continental will open a new factory this year.
A déjà ouvert 2 nouvelles plantes industrielles au Portugal. Continental a ouvert cette année une nouvelle fabrique.
So what about Schäuble in all of this?
Non, il ne connaît du tout.
No, they don't know the Portuguese reality at all. But fortunately, the German entrepreneurs do.
Bien le Portugal, confient en Portugal et renforcent.
They are committed to Portugal and are boosting their investments in Portugal.
I'd like to return to these transatlantic parallels. Donald Trump, during his campaign, repeatedly claimed his victory would be a kind of Brexit. Many analysts say it was a victory for populism. But was it a victory for populism in Europe too?
C'est une victoire du populisme, mais est-ce que c'est une victoire du populisme aussi en Europe pour vous?
Bon, le populisme xénophobe.
Xenophobic populism touches many parts of Europe, with the exception of perhaps Spain and Portugal.
Les uniques pays qui sont immunes à ces populismes xénophobes.
This is normal. Portugal is not a closed country in the middle of Europe. It is on the Atlantic, open to the world.
But what will be the impact on populism in Europe? Will this reinforce this movement?
I always hope that every unfortunate decision, such as Brexit or Trump's victory, will serve as a vaccine to prevent fresh mistakes and new triumphs of populism in Europe's upcoming elections. Fortunately, we remain immune. We remain open to the world and decisive about our future. It is part of our history, but also of our future.
But your party still has an alliance with Eurosceptic parties, a trend that is gaining ground in Europe, aiming at the disintegration of the European Union. Is there a risk of disintegration?
For Portugal, one thing has to be understood. The alliance that underlies our government respects different positions. The Socialist Party, which I lead, is a defender of European integration. The agreement we have with the other left-wing parties does not address European issues. So the government programme remains pro-European and a defender of European integration.
Will you be ready to hold a referendum if the people were to ask for a referendum on continued membership of the European Union?
We've been a member for 30 years. We're not going to hold a referendum now. This is not an issue in Portugal.
To clarify, you will not have a referendum.
In Portugal, there is a broad consensus. Even after 4 years of Troika, people remain pro-European. There are problems within the European Union that clearly need to be addressed. Economic and monetary union need to be completed to stabilize the whole of Europe.
L'union économique et monétaire. L'union économique monétaire, c'est pas accompli. Et ça, c'est une question essentielle pour stabiliser l'ensemble de la zone euro.
But a populist movement would do everything to prevent this.
Et on voit
We must fight them.
Then how? We see these very strong personalities leading populist movements. We've mentioned Donald Trump in the United States. In Europe, Nigel Farage helped push Great Britain to the European Union exit door.
Yes, and then he quit and left Great Britain with a big problem. And then he went away. It's irresponsible.
But they claim responsibility for the European Union.
Populism is more or less a synonym of irresponsibility. It is easy to make speeches. It is easy to mobilize people to make decisions. But after, it is more difficult to govern after these decisions. What is happening in Britain is incredible. All the great defenders of Brexit, except Boris Johnson, are gone. Those who are left do not know what to do. It's incredible that after a decision to leave the European Union, that every day the United Kingdom takes more time thinking about what it needs to do to start the negotiations.
When talking about these populist personalities, could this be the problem, a lack of leadership in Europe?
I don't know if it lacks leadership, but it certainly lacks results. People want to be reassured, participate in a global economy, but there are policies that can help job creation.
Aider la croissance et la création de l'emploi. Qu'il y a nouvelles formules de travail, mais qu'il y a de la formation.
There needs to be training so that people can take part in the labour market and don't have to remain outside the labour market. The answer, growth, employment and security. Three fundamental areas in which citizens are expecting a positive response.
So Germany, often considered the leader of the European Union, is not always the example to follow?
I think it's a paradox, because it's the only one who can be the leader. But unfortunately, it doesn't want to be the leader. Because the leader must have the ability to bring people together. The poor, the rich, the small, the big, the countries of the East, the countries of the West, the countries of the South. And Germany does not know how to do it. Germany has never been a unifier and has never learned how to be one. It's very difficult for Germany to have this leadership position, and unfortunately, there are no other countries that have succeeded in exercising this function of Germany. That is why I have great hope for Jean-Claude Juncker and his Commission, because in the absence of a leader of member states, there is an opportunity for the Commission to return to the central position it had in the days of Jacques Delors, of having the true leadership of the European Commission.
So let's get back to the Web Summit. There's a session here called Virtual Reality Insanity. Do you think we're risking jumping into the unknown? Will future generations have to pay the price?
All generations face something unknown, their future. Technological innovation is incredibly demanding compared to anything we've had in the past. Automation, robotics, and digitalization.
L'automatisation, la robotique, le digital, ça nous pose des questions difficiles. Dans toute l'histoire,
throughout history, all gains in productivity, all technological advances have created more jobs than have been lost. We have to reinvent the way we work to make use of our time and productivity in different ways.
To finish on a lighter note, as we are at the cutting edge of new technology here, do you have a favourite new technology, or is there one you'd really like?
I
believe a lot in new technologies in the field of mobility. The major challenges facing humanity over the coming decades are climate change and especially finding a sustainable form of mobility and developing environmentally friendly mobility. New technologies offer huge opportunities.
And in your daily life?
In my daily life, I work with programs on my laptop. It's always an adventure.
Your smartphone?
On my smartphone. There are always new apps for banking, for buying books, to help find a restaurant, to improve how we are informed.
Avec la banque, pour acheter un livre, pour trouver un restaurant, pour améliorer notre façon de connaître, d'être informé, eh bien, c'est un monde
It is a fantastic world.
Fantastique.
Prime Minister António Costa, thank you very much.
Merci.
Thank you.
And thanks for doing the interview in French too.
Thank you for a good opportunity to practice my French.
Le français.